What's up, people? This is Action Jackson, and welcome to Take Action TV. Action.
Yep, there you have it. It's the first thing I see when I walk into my changing room area. Checks. Okay, checks. That's what I see. And there's a reason why I decided to make a move to do this. There's a reason why. What's up, people? This is Action Jackson. I came home today, and this is where generally when I come home, I get changed. I take off my watch, I put it down, I take off all my jewelry, and I put it down. And today when I came in, I mean, if you had seen it before, it had bills, it had parking tickets that weren't paid. Let me just show you one of those, like parking tickets that weren't paid. There were just all sorts of bills and stuff. And I thought to myself, if my mind is the most precious thing that I have, why am I allowing these things to feed my mind? See, I'm not saying there's not going to be debts and there's not going to be bills. But if you want to get away from bills, you're not going to think about bills. There's a quote that says, "As a man thinketh, so is he." Your environment is the most powerful thing you have. So I got angry. I said, no. See, what you got to understand is this. Whatever's around you will end up inside of you. Whatever end up inside of you is what you're going to process. Thoughts affect emotions. Emotions affect actions, and actions affect your results. Guard your thoughts. So I got angry. I found an old checkbook and I started writing checks. Because as soon as I come in, I don't want to see debt. I don't want to see a representation of debt. I want to see representation of wealth. I want to see representation of abundance. I want to see representation of things that are great in my life. We have to be very, very careful what we allow to go into our minds. Our minds are very precious. Once you lose your mind, you've lost everything. And I want you to understand one thing. Whenever you ponder on a thought, you might think about something on a Monday, and throughout the whole week, it's with you. You don't realize. So for those of you just joined us, I came in and all over my dresser here was different about 10 minutes ago. It just had bills, old parking tickets that I haven't paid yet. And it was a burden. And I realized it was messing with my head, because for us to achieve our goals and our dreams this quarter, we need to be very careful what we're feeding our minds. So I just took an action. I said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to write checks and I'm going to have it there. And I want that to speak to me. If I'm going to get away from paying bills, I need to get into abundance. So what I did was, I'm going to show it to you guys. I just decided to write these checks. I mean, you can have fun with it. I mean, it's free of charge. Look at this one. Yeah, look, £1 million. Yeah, it's free to write that. Look at this one. I wrote this one for £225,000. Look at that. Right there, boom. This one was for £750,000. And this one here was for $75,000. And then also I've got cash laid out here. Yeah, there's a reason why I'm doing this, guys. I just all of a sudden I realized that it was affecting me, and I didn't know that it was affecting me. I did not know it. I walked in and I was thinking about the week, and there was like this cloud that came upon me. I thought, whoa, I should not be feeling this way. Why am I feeling this way? And then I came to the table and I realized that it was a mess. It was a mess. Guys, there's a couple of things I need you to do right now. Wherever you spend most of your time, make sure it's in alignment with the person you say you are. Wherever you spend most of your time, make sure it's clean and it's in alignment with who you say you are. A clean space is a creative space. Your mind is your weapon. You need to guard it. Guard it. Guard it. This year's not done yet. It's not done yet. There are certain people you need to get rid of. Certain conversations you mustn't have. Certain programs you mustn't watch. Certain things you mustn't read. Certain thoughts you mustn't ponder about. Because I told you, once this mind goes, it's gone. You owe it to yourself. Please take that action tonight. So for me, I love a clean space. That's why I love staying at hotels, because I make a mess, I walk away, and I come back and it's done. Have you noticed how great you feel? How great you feel when you see greatness. So I realized that everything that's ever affected me in my journey, has been as a result of what I surround myself. That's why I started getting rid of people. I'm sorry, you know me, but you don't realize that I've distanced myself from you. Yeah, you don't realize I've distanced myself. Not because I hate you, but because I love you. Why? In order for me to bring you up, I have to be up. So I have to, first of all, isolate in order to elevate. I repeat. I need to isolate in order to elevate. Because if we're both in the pit together, who is saving who? So I had to elevate myself. What do you feed in your mind? This has to be practical. This has to be practical. Let me tell you something. God hasn't run out of resources. God hasn't run out of opportunities. Guess what God is running out of? He's running out of people with faith, focus, and wisdom. Faith, focus, and wisdom. If you're watching this right now, start thinking how you can begin to detox your environment, detox your friends. Maybe you're comfortable with them. It's okay. Maybe you're comfortable with them. But I'm not comfortable where I'm at. I'm not happy with the status of my life. No. God's put more in me. But I realized that I can talk it. I can read books. I can go. Let me tell you, when it comes to books, yeah. Look, right there. Yeah, books upon books. But that's not going to change you. That's not going to change you. It's until you act on what you know. By developing a strategy, and this was a simple strategy. For those of you who are watching, I came into my house, I got changed, and all over this table here was just bills and letters and annoying letters. I felt disgusted. I was like, no, that's not my status. So I cleaned everything up, I wiped it down, and I got some old checkbooks and I began to write checks. Just checks. So those of you, look. I wrote a check for £75,000, £750,000, £225,000, and there's the one. Look at this. 1 million smackaroos. And then I got a picture of me and the missus. Yes. And then watch this. I've got money laid out. Now, this has nothing to do with money. It's all about my mind. I must guard my mind. So what can you begin to do to begin to guard your mind? You must act on what you know. And some things that you need to do are very, very simple. I implore you to go now. As soon as you drop this live Facebook, go and write yourself a check. Because let me tell you something, right? Whatever you are surrounded, listen, environment dictates performance. Can someone please type it down, please? If I'm saying... I'm trying to add, because this is getting me right now. If you hear something valuable, don't just watch passively. Please type it up. And the quote is this: as a man thinketh, so is he. Very important. Your thoughts affect your emotions affect your results. Yeah, thoughts affect emotions, emotions affect your actions, and your actions affect your results. Here's the powerful quote I heard: environment dictates performance. What do you call your environment? I decided to surround myself with abundance simply because I truly believe that when we create the environment we want, you don't have to wait to move into the palace before you can start acting like a queen. You do not have to wait until you move into the palace to start acting like a queen. The reason why some of you have not landed where you're supposed to land in the promises that God has designed for you is simply because right now you are acting like a pauper. And it don't take much to clean up your environment. It don't take much to talk right. It don't take much for you to vet your relationships. I am challenging everybody right now. This year is coming to a final focus. What are you doing to shift it? Get practical. Right now, there's a friend who talks to you, they don't add to you. Conversation. Here's another advice. Watch this. Whenever you're having a conversation, every conversation must have 3 P's. Every conversation must be, number 1, positive. It must be positive, because positivity builds on positivity. When 2 minds connect, a third mind is created, and in that third mind is a divine mind. Conversations must be positive. Number 2, conversations must be productive. Am I productive once I drop the phone from you? Or do I feel drained after I've dropped the phone from you? If I'm talking on the phone and I feel drained after I've talked to you, then you can't be my friend. And then thirdly, watch this. Conversations have to be profitable. Yep. It's got to be profitable. If your conversations on a day-to-day basis do not have those 3 components, then you need to get rid of those conversations. I'm sorry, the destiny that's within you is far too great for you to squander it on individuals who don't value the hard work that you have put in all year long to be who you need to be. Listen to me. You've got to isolate in order to elevate. I'm going to make some enemies and it's okay. I'm going to lose some friends, and guess what? It's okay. It's okay. It's for your own good that I've got to leave you. I've got to isolate in order to elevate. Yeah? Now, it don't take to write yourself a check. It don't take much. Just write it. Why? I need your brain to begin to see the picture of the future. Well, listen, act as if, and you will become what you act as. You become what you believe. You become what you believe. If I believe that one day this check is going to become a reality, guess what? It has to be. It has to be a reality. Why? I fed myself with it. I don't want to see bills all around me. Let me tell you one thing that your brain is constantly saying. Your brain is constantly saying, your wish is my command. Your brain is constantly saying, your wish is my command. Whatever you say out your mouth, the Bible says in Proverbs 18:21, it says, life and death is in the power of the tongue. You don't even need to read the Bible to know that that's important. Some of you don't even have to talk anymore. You talk nonsense. Oh, I'm sick. Oh, I'm tired. Oh, I'm sick and tired of this. Oh, I hate my life. How about you do something about it? Stop talking death. If you talk death, you're going to end up in that space. If you talk life, that's what you're going to get. I don't know who I'm talking to right now. You got greatness within you. You know what you want clearly. You see it clearly. But there is that invisible barrier called fear. With the words of your mouth, you can get rid of them barriers. And for some of you, you've settled. You have settled. You have settled. You used to have big goals and dreams. It used to be so driven, but you've settled. You have settled, and it's a shame. You have settled, and it's a shame. Give you an example. Yesterday, I went and did a talk. I did a talk at London School of Economics. And I heard the Spirit say to me, take your books with you. So, really? What's the point? Okay. I'll take 10. Spirit said to me, 10? Is that it? So I'll take 20. And I said, okay, I'll take 25. And God, I heard it clearly. God said to me, do you know what? Whatever you take is what you're going to sell out. If you take 100, you're going to sell out 100. If you take 30, you're going to sell out 30. And I was laughing. And I thought, you know what? And I replied. I said, you know what? I'm going to just take the 25 and I'm going to come back and say, God, you're right. You're right. Can you believe I went and did this speech? Spoke for about 45 minutes. After the speech, told people my book's available, signed copies. I'm not here to sell books, but I'm here to change your life. Introduced the book. By the time I got upstairs, there was a fat queue. The 25 copies that I had were sold out in about half an hour. People had to leave their names and paid for it for me to then post it. I was laughing. Now, who controlled that event? Not God. It was me. By my actions. By my silly, mediocre strategy. Let me tell you something. The God that created you, it don't fit into them small plans. Don't fit into them small plans. You've written the plans, but the issue is, you see, motivation is not your issue. It's not your issue. Your strategy, that's the issue. You don't have the right strategy. You need to develop the right strategy. Strategy is what's going to get you what you want. You could be motivated. Listen, a fool could be motivated. When you motivate a fool, if you motivate a fool, they'll just do foolish things frequently. But when you motivate someone who has a strategy, they'll just consistently do their strategy consistently. Guys, question this. What is your strategy towards the goals and the dreams that you want? You've got to strategize. Strategize. My strategy tonight was to write myself a check for £75,000 to nurture my thoughts, because I realized that my mind is very precious and I need to feed it the right things. What's your strategy, guys? What is your strategy? I'm going to leave it there. I know you get what I'm saying, but don't just watch this and then say, oh wow, gosh, that was an excellent live feed by Action Jackson. Wait, he's such an inspirational guy. I don't care. Don't tell me I'm inspirational. I don't need your comment telling me I'm inspirational. Guess what I want? I want you to post me a message to say, this is what I did with what you said. And at that point in time, you won't need to plug into motivational speakers all over the gaff. Stop it, please. I want to hear the results. I want to hear the results. So for me tonight, this was the action I took. I was fed up of what I was seeing, and I decided to write myself a check. Started to see abundance. I want to be surrounded by abundance. I want to be surrounded by abundance. Yeah, £1 million. That's what I want to see. I don't want to see lack. I want to see abundance. Yeah? The only way you can overcome the limitations of the mind is to feed your mind with the right information. Surround yourself with the right images. Have you noticed that if you look in your living room is actually filled with images of the past? Look at it now. If you're in a living room or you're in a bedroom that has pictures, ask me. I'm asking you, what pictures are you surrounded with? The past. Some are good past, no doubt. Maybe a wedding, a birthday, an event that you went to. Great. But if you look around you, you don't have a picture of the future around you, do you? You want that house. Where's the picture of that house? You want that car. Where's the picture of that car? You want that good body. Where's the picture of that good body? As a man thinketh, so is he. Don't put in front of you what you don't want inside you. I repeat, do not put in front of you what you don't want inside you. And this is one of the part of the things that triggered it out. Yes, I'm not going to lie. This was my fault. Okay, parking ticket. Thank you very much, Islington Council. And and you know what? My life is now, I'm going to confess to you guys. So I got this parking ticket. I was angry, so I decided not to pay it. And it went up to, I think they allowed me to pay 40. I tried to contest it. They weren't having it. They said, you got to pay the 80. And I still didn't want to pay it, whatever. And this is what I saw. I said, no. I don't want to see this. It burdens me. So I'm going to pay it, get it out of my way. Guess what I want to see? I want to see abundance. It was based on my procrastination that caused me to get that check anyway. But it's all good. Guys, thank you so much for watching this. And I challenge you tonight. The longer you wait, the worse it's going to become. Tackle that fear now. Tackle that fear now. And I pray that in your efforts to move towards greatness, you'll be given the grace and the support to do so. It's not going to be easy, but you will be able to do it one step at a time. One step at a time. My practical step tonight was to write myself a check. Some of you would have heard or read about the exercise of writing yourself a check. But while others are reading it, some are doing it. If this has blessed you and you know it's going to bless somebody, please share it with people in your circle. Just repost it and write down why it's been a blessing. and then come back and write down what you've done with the knowledge. Very, very important. Very, very important. If this has helped you and you've enjoyed it, let me see them thumbs up. Let me see them hearts. Show me some love. Show me some heart. As if this is blessed, there you go. I'm seeing it all over the place. That's it. That's it. All these hearts scraping my chin right now. Give me another look. I'm feeling that. Lovely. Thank you. Look at that. Oh, wow. Guys, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. My name's Action Jackson, motivational speaker, youth pastor.
If you like what you see, please click subscribe. Why? Because you're going to get so much more from me, Action Jackson, on Take Action TV.